You're sipping your morning coffee, scrolling through your phone, or just lost in thought. Out of the corner of your eye, your dog quietly approaches a cabinet with a paw. They nudge it open just slightly, peek in, and then move to a nearby drawer. They never touch one they somehow remember contains their favorite toy. They gently wedge their nose in the gap, maneuver their paw like a practiced puzzle solver, and retrieve the toy with surprising ease. At first glance, it seems like a simple act of play, but take a moment. Could this be something more? Could that little moment actually be a display of your dog's hidden brilliance? What if these seemingly quirky or random behaviors are actually signs of a quiet intelligence that many owners completely overlook? Part 1: Why dog intelligence is wildly misunderstood. For decades, society has framed dogs as lovable but somewhat simple-minded creatures, trainable, loyal, but not necessarily clever. This view, however, dramatically underestimates them. Dog intelligence isn't just about following commands. It's about reading environments, solving problems, and understanding emotional cues in ways that still leave researchers amazed. Institutions like Yale's Canine Cognition Lab have been pivotal in reshaping how we understand dog intelligence. Their research highlights not only how dogs think, but how they adapt to human behavior in complex and emotionally intuitive ways. Unfortunately, outdated ideas like dominance theory have long overshadowed more nuanced perspectives. The old alpha dog myth led many to believe that dogs are mostly reactive and instinct-driven. But modern animal behavior science has proven otherwise. Dogs aren't just reacting, they're processing, interpreting, and choosing, and they often do it with remarkable subtlety. Part 2: Beyond sit and stay real-life examples of smart canine behavior. Consider a common moment: a dog stretching under a couch to retrieve a toy. It might seem like simple muscle memory or persistence, but in many cases, it involves a series of calculations estimating the object's location, adjusting their body's position, and choosing the best paw or snout movement to retrieve it. This is spatial reasoning in action. Dogs constantly evaluate physical space, whether it's squeezing through narrow hallways or figuring out how to climb onto a bed too tall for their size. Then there's cause and effect learning. Many dogs have learned to open doors, push buttons, or ring bells not through direct training, but by observing patterns and outcomes. Pressing a doorbell leads to a walk. Pawing a cabinet yields a snack. These actions are learned through experimentation and logic, not just repetition. And don't underestimate contextual memory. Dogs often remember which friend gives treats, which drawer hides a leash, and even what time of day their favorite human returns from work. Part 3: The role of observation and pattern recognition. Dogs are, in many ways, silent observers. They learn not just from commands, but by watching. A slight change in your tone, the way you grab your keys, or how you put on your shoes can all send clear signals to your dog. This is pattern recognition at its finest. Many dogs know when it's time for a walk, not because of a command, but because they've observed the pre-walk ritual. Keys jingle, shoes go on, and a jacket is grabbed. It's a chain of clues that they've mentally stitched together. Neurologically, this kind of awareness is supported by mirror neuron activity brain cells that respond when observing actions in others. Mirror neurons are thought to play a role in empathy and social learning, which explains how dogs can so effortlessly sync with their humans. Over time, they map out routines, predict behavior, and even anticipate emotional shifts. Part 4: Emotional intelligence. Dogs read more than you think. One of the most underestimated aspects of dog intelligence is their emotional awareness. Dogs are not just intuitive, they are emotionally attuned to the people they love. Research shows that dogs can read human facial expressions and detect shifts in vocal tones. But they go even deeper. They can sense stress through changes in our scent caused by hormone fluctuations. Cortisol, the hormone released during anxiety, can actually be picked up by a dog's extraordinary sense of smell. In practice, this means a dog might curl up beside someone during a panic attack, lick away tears, or refuse to leave a person's side during a moment of grief. These aren't random acts of affection. They're responses to emotional distress. Dogs also mirror our energy. A calm, quiet home fosters calm behavior. In contrast, raised voices or tension can cause a dog to become restless or even withdrawn. This emotional reciprocity is part of their unique cognitive emotional blend that bonds them so deeply to their humans. Part 5. Problem solving in the real world. Beyond the living room. Dogs have proven their intelligence in life-saving ways. There are countless accounts of dogs alerting owners to house fires, waking them during medical emergencies, or leading search and rescue teams to trapped individuals. What's fascinating is that many of these responses aren't explicitly trained. They're combinations of instinct and learned behavior over time. Different breeds also showcase different problem-solving strengths. Border collies, for instance, are often used in advanced agility and herding due to their intense focus and adaptability. Basset hounds, while slower and more stubborn, excel in scent tracking thanks to their olfactory processing. In animal shelters, trainers and volunteers often use enrichment games to keep dogs mentally stimulated. Puzzle feeders, scent trails, and interactive toys help maintain cognitive health, particularly for high-intelligence breeds who suffer when understimulated. Part 6. Are some breeds smarter than others? It's a common question among dog lovers. Is my dog's breed smart? But the real answer isn't as straightforward as a ranked list. Canine intelligence isn't one-dimensional. In fact, it's best understood through 3 core dimensions. Obedience intelligence is what most people think of first. It's how quickly a dog can learn and follow commands. Breeds like Border Collies, Poodles, and German Shepherds often top the charts here. Adaptive intelligence is perhaps even more telling. It reflects a dog's ability to solve problems independently. For example, figuring out how to get past a baby gate without help, or using trial and error to open a tricky food container. Instinctive intelligence refers to skills dogs were bred for, like a retriever's ability to locate and return birds, or a livestock guardian's ability to detect threats and protect a flock without instruction. What's crucial to understand is that a stubborn or slow-to-obey dog might still possess immense adaptive or instinctive intelligence. A Siberian Husky may ignore your commands, not because it's lacking smarts, but because its independent nature was once necessary for long-distance sled work. Intelligence in dogs is often about context, not compliance. Part 7. Hidden signs of intelligence. Owners often miss. The most brilliant behaviors in dogs are often the quietest. While flashy tricks and obedience get attention, it's the subtle actions that speak volumes. Take strategic silence. For instance, a dog that chooses to sit and observe rather than immediately react is processing its environment, watching before acting. That pause is a form of cognitive control, something not all animals are capable of. Or consider the hesitation before a decision. When a dog stops before going through a doorway or looks at you before taking action, it may be evaluating options, not just waiting for permission. Then there are redirected behaviors, a clever way of handling stress or frustration. Instead of barking or chewing destructively, some dogs will bring a toy, initiate play, or even retreat to a calm space. These actions suggest self-regulation, a sign of emotional intelligence and learned coping strategies. Every dog has its own way of thinking. Observing these patterns over time reveals a mind that is far more reflective and calculated than many assume. Part 8. Tips to nurture and challenge a dog's brain. A mentally engaged dog is a happy dog. While physical exercise is vital, cognitive stimulation is just as important and often overlooked. Start with puzzle feeders. These simple devices turn mealtime into a mini challenge, encouraging dogs to think and work for their food. It taps into natural foraging instincts and provides mental engagement that can reduce anxiety and boredom. Scent work is another powerful activity. Hiding treats or toys around the house or yard encourages dogs to use their incredible noses to locate objects, stimulating the same regions of the brain used in tracking and hunting. Interactive games like hide and seek aren't just for kids. Teaching your dog to find you or a hidden object builds memory, attention, and reinforces bonding. It's a joyful challenge they'll love returning to. Beyond activities, remember that mental enrichment strengthens the emotional bond between dog and human. When a dog feels understood, challenged, and appreciated for more than just obedience, that connection deepens in meaningful, lasting ways. In the end, it's time to stop measuring dog intelligence by human standards. A smart dog isn't necessarily the one who sits fastest or knows the most tricks. It could be the one who comforts you without a cue, the one who senses your mood, adapts to your routine, or solves a problem without being shown how. Dog intelligence is uniquely canine. It's emotional, instinctual, practical, and deeply intertwined with the bond they share with their humans. It shows up in loyalty, adaptability, empathy, and independent thinking qualities that might never be rewarded in obedience trials, but shine in everyday life. Instead of asking, "Is my dog smart?" the better question might be, "Am I paying enough attention to recognize it?" Now it's your turn. Has your dog ever done something that completely surprised you with its brilliance? Maybe they figured out a way to open a door, or knew exactly when you needed a hug. Share your moment in the comments below. And if you found this video fascinating, make sure to watch the next one, where we explore how dogs understand human language and tone even more than you might expect. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss future insights into the incredible mind of your furry companion.